Did you ever feel like killing somebody, like actually committing a murder? Stick with us till the end and we'll let you know what we think about that.
Yeah. I was going to say joke again. I feel like that all the time, especially when we record these videos.
Yes,
but
when Paul beside me.
You scared me there. But I certainly used to be like that when I was a younger chap.
Yeah.
I was very, very angry and I used to punch things, punch walls, and my knuckles bled and drive aggressively. And there was lots of people that would fall and say, and sometimes you joke, like, I'll kill you. But you know that you're joking.
Yes.
Most of the time.
If you're Irish, especially, you know, I'm going to kill you.
Oh yeah, if your parent wasn't a good parent,
Killing
unless they threatened to kill you a few times a day.
Yeah.
Or to shoot you. Or
Yeah.
something.
Or to choke you or something.
But they meant it affectionately.
Yeah. She wasn't good if you were a kid with autism though, in fairness. You take things literally.
Yeah.
Like, what? You're actually going to kill me?
But when you look at murder in all seriousness, like it's you know, to talk about this expression, it's a crime of passion. It's an emotional thing usually, unless you're a serial killer or somebody who's an assassin. You're in the business. It's a crime of passion. Your emotions stir up to such an extent that you just lash out and you kill somebody. Whether it's premeditated or whether it's just kind of a reflex.
Well, I often say, Paul, that like I would absolutely kill somebody if they abused one of my children. Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to contain myself, especially in the moment. I think even in the court, I'd try to get at them. If it went that far. Because I just know the impact of that on a person's life. It's horrific. You know. So, but definitely I agree with you as well. Like I had bullies in school growing up that I wished I could kill or would die violently in some way.
Look, you weren't a witch or something, you could have hexed them, you could have put a spell on them and maybe they died nastily or something.
Actually, somebody was talking to me about that recently, hexing people. I was like, Jesus, I hope I don't do anything to piss them off.
Somebody could have a little voodoo doll of you somewhere.
Yeah, imagine.
Into it.
Oh, God. Nasty. Did you ever try that when you were young?
What, making voodoo dolls?
Yeah.
No.
Then I was terrified. I threw it out. I burned it in fire because I was afraid my mother would find it, she'd kill me.
Right. And hopefully the person that didn't burn.
Yo, Jesus, imagine. No, I don't think anything really.
You'd make a great witch though.
Do you think so?
No, you have that witchy thing about you.
Oh my God,
I think it's
an asshole, isn't he?
Yeah.
I love you too, Paul.
You'd be dangerous if you were a witch. You'd be dangerous as you are, but you'd be dangerous as a witch. But people killed, so it's a crime of passion, but then, you know, people were murdered too for financial reasons. You know, like
insurance claims. Oh my God, yeah.
Like, did your husband ever put his arm around you and say, "Oh, I've just renewed your life insurance, honey"?
No. Actually, something my husband says that, you know, I used to do a lot of work in suicide prevention a few years back, and like it was one thing, he just, I don't know how anybody thinks about suicide. He said, I'd be more homicidal than suicidal, and I burst out laughing because it's so true.
Yeah.
Like he'd never think of taking his own life, but he's often thought of taking somebody else's.
But isn't suicide too, isn't it? Well, it's not a crime of passion, it is an emotional response to something.
Yeah, and funny enough, once you get into the zone of, you know, like when you're on the journey to suicide, you have blinkers. It's like you don't see or think about anything else. Nothing else comes into your mind, only completing that task. And it's really something where you're not in your right mind at all. I mean, you couldn't be. Like, you know, our main instinct is to survive. So killing yourself is just not something that, you know, is an ordinary train of thought for us. It's a simple thing for us to do. It's very difficult.
I remember when we were talking about doing this topic, I remember being an angry young man and thinking, I'd murder my father. And we were both and stubborn. But I remember one day, like, squaring up to him on the kitchen floor, like kind of like nose to nose, fist, and ready. I'm just ready to go. And the only thing that stopped us was my mother faked that she was having she was going to faint or collapse or something just to get us to back down.
Oh, she swooned.
Yeah, but I'm glad I never did it. But like, not that, you know, I probably wouldn't have murdered him.
No.
But would have been fisticuffs.
Just a couple of slaps, like, you know, put him back in place. Good for him, Paul.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm telling you, Irish men back in families here, like, had too much power years ago as lads. And they were all, like, well, they weren't all, there was some lunatics, like, wasn't there?
Just Irish men, I just Irish women.
Lunatics.
Absolutely crazy off the scale.
Not at all. Not at all. We're only saying ones in it.
Do you think, though, and I haven't looked up the stats on this, that murder, while both sexes will commit murder, that men are probably more likely to, because of their physical prowess, they're stronger, and they will probably murder women. Mm-hmm. You know, rather than the other way around. It seems like if a woman's going to murder a man, it's like poisoning or something like that, you know?
Yeah, it's mad.
Like, would your husband be suspicious if he got home and he'd go, here's your dinner. It's lovely. Never mind that powdery stuff on the top. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know, it tastes a bit poisonous, but you have to eat it because I cooked it for you.
Yeah.
Eat your mushrooms. You're one in... Oh my God, she'll be laughing actually, it's not funny, but like, you're one here in Ireland anyway. Was it in Ireland? This woman, she fed all these people, she hated all these people anyway, she had grief with them all.
Right.
And she brought them in and cooked them a dinner, but she gave them poisonous mushrooms.
Right.
And she fucking, like, a couple of them got really sick and a couple of them died, I think, as well.
Right.
Yeah, she actually murdered them, like poisoned them. But anyway, getting back to the stats on this, they say that 30% of women, 30%
of fatalities,
of victims, spouses, like, are killed by women. Like 30% of the female murderers killed their spouses. Right. So that's a fairly high statistic, like, do you know?
It is.
And
but like, do you think, like, if I can kill this person and get away with it, you know, the ultimate crime, the perfect crime.
Let us know in the comments down below. Like,
how
if you could kill someone and there could be no consequences,
who would you kill and why?
No, don't say that. No. Would you do it? Like, is that something that you would?
Well, certainly as a younger man, I would have considered it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd really do it.
No, the guilt.
There's nobody I hate that
sufficiently
much.
enough, not even me.
Yeah, no.
Right. Okay.
Not even you.
I'll push you to
it. I'd love to give a few people a couple of slaps and get away with it, alright.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to lean back here so I'm out of reach. You're right-handed, so you could...
Paul, I can get you anyway.
Right.
Despite your training.
Yes. She can hide behind the door somewhere and just mug me when I come in. Let us know, have you ever been in that murderous state of mind where you just see red and got over it? Except don't text us from prison or anything for several hours.
We have to mention as well some of the like most famous murderers.
Okay.
Like, because I'm fascinated with like crime. So,
do
you watch any of those?
I don't. That's not my thing.
Really? God, I used to love that kind of stuff. But I mean, the most famous murderers in all time is probably Ted Bundy, Ed Gein. You know, God, so creepy, those things. Charles Manson, that cult leader.
I did watch this thing called Manhunter that was on Netflix a few years ago.
Really?
And that was like this branch that was set up to study the mindset of people who were serial killers. I did like that.
That was class.
I like that.
So good.
The psychology end of things.
There was a psychologist talking and she was brilliant, like, about the mind of Ted Bundy and how he's like that antisocial dissociative disorder or whatever he had, that he just didn't care, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't bother, and then he took trophies as well, you know, like little pieces of their jewellery to sell, and, you know, to remember his murderous event.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was horrific.
Yes. Yeah. And on that horrible note, we finish. We
end with Escobar for the crime.
Go on.
Pablo Escobar, one of the biggest drug lords in the world.
Yeah.
He committed mass murder, didn't he? Like, he killed loads of people. But he had other people killed for him. He was kind of smart. But he was a great man in the community, Paul.
Lovely community.
You know,
person.
He murdered thousands of people. But he also built schools and houses for the poor. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was he really that bad? Was he good or bad? Let us know.
We are the Happy Headers. Talk to you soon.